Hey guys, it's Mia
and Juju,
and welcome to
It's Our Time Podcast.
We're the women of the world. We're basketball girls. We're the women of the world. We're basketball girls. What time is it? I said, what time is it? Yeah, what time is it? I said, what time is it? It's our time. We're the women of the world.
This week we have some very special guests with us. We have Baldwin Girls Basketball. So we have Bella, Mary, Lindsay, and Lacey. And I think it's really fun to have you guys on because I remember last year when I was at Oakland, we played you guys. The game got a little chippy, got really aggressive. I remember going to the locker room at half. It was really close, and there was some bickering going on between both the teams, I feel like. But I mean, in the end, Oakland pulled it off. It was a close game, a lot of fans there because there were games before and after, but I think it was really fun to just meet up again with you guys now.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us. It definitely was a very close game, and there's a lot of drama, mostly on our side, but you guys did pull it off, but it's all right.
Yeah.
We'll run it back.
I know we've both dealt with Jamal's preseason running, so what's that like for you guys? Because I know what it's like for us.
It is so bad.
It's so bad.
You want to walk out of the gym when he says.
There was times last year where me and Mary would be like, okay, if he says we're doing a ladder, we're walking out.
Yeah, that's right.
We literally have to plan it.
We did it yesterday too.
But it's very, and this year it's I feel like we're more laid back with it, but it's also we are still strict with it. It's still really strict. But
Yeah, I see it all the time on Jamal's stories.
Me too. I was just about
I'm
to say
just
that.
let's go, ladies. Let's go.
I hate the
I always
stories
see
of
he
it.
always posts stuff about people. There was one time where someone was just laying on the ground.
Get up, no tears.
Yeah.
It's even worse when he has a camera in your face.
Yeah,
and
you're
get out of here.
having your face. You want to just leave.
This year I think was the first time we actually went down to the track and me and this one other girl had cross country, so we would just stand there and watch or help out, and they'd be okay, you have a mile, and he'd be oh wait, this time it's 2 miles. And we're
I remember one time we ran a mile and everyone was complaining. He was oh, we're just getting started.
The first 2 laps in, girls were already on the ground, and we're guess what? We still have an hour and 30 minutes left. So.
Yeah, this year was my first AAU season with Jamal, and I think I've always heard about Jamal's running in AAU, but I never really had to experience it yet because I feel we never really pissed him off. We were always kind of doing the right thing, always. But I remember after one game, we were in Atlantic City, last game of the week. We needed to win that game. There were coaches everywhere.
There were literally
coaches
50 coaches on the
and
sidelines.
It was big coaches. You don't want to mess up in that game. I remember we go in and someone goes in, there's miss balls.
No, it's turnover after turnover after turnover.
And I remember everyone's
gosh.
crying after the game. I remember going home and I'm I have the text. It's
we all get
11:08.
this text, yeah.
Jamal's no practice today. And we're all what's going on? We have our own group chat without Jamal, and we're what's going on? And then at 9:46 p.m., he says, "Good evening, team. Practice will be on Wednesday at 7:30. Please do not, in all caps, bring your basketball shoes. Please bring running shoes, and please bring an extra T-shirt. And please do not bring a basketball, as it will not be needed. Thank you, and have a great evening." Not was in all caps every single time. Yep. We pull into practice. We go to the film room first. So we're okay, just film session, got to talk it out, communicate. And I'm all right. And he's
no, it's literally an 8-minute YouTube video of things that we did that sucked. Yeah.
And then he told us, you guys need to make a low light film for yourself. So on our huddle, go check out the low lights from the YKS game because we had to make that. But I remember we get into practice. It's literally, he calls it 25 Reasons Why I Hate You. He pulls up his notes app. He starts reading off names and why I hate you. And we have a different exercise for each one. And then there's
mine was the pity party.
We didn't get to mine yet because there were supposed to be 2 parts, and we were supposed to go to Cradell for the second part, and we didn't make it, thank God, because that first practice was horrible. I'm sitting there second guessing myself. I'm
no, I felt I was gonna pass out.
This is the first time I ran, and he's always and you guys will never do this again because every team I've had, they've only done this once because they never want to experience it again.
No, except I did it. I did do it in 8th grade. I went to Cradell.
You did it twice.
Almost passed out. I was rolling on the floor. We had to do so much stuff. But No, but it was actually kind of funny because we were doing wall sits for one of the exercises, and we were singing Party in the USA.
Yeah, I remember, like, I think me and Juju might have been together, and we were doing, like,
We
squats.
were.
We had to, like, link arms
Link
and, like,
arms,
squat
yeah, and
down.
sit down.
But, like, everyone was singing to, like, get your mind off it. We were trying to, like, think of, like, what are the most basic songs that everyone knows, because it was just, like, I swear, that was the longest practice I've ever had. It was, like, floor
And no one was
pushes.
in there either.
And then we got in trouble because, like, not in trouble, but, like, he was like, if someone's, like, getting left behind, like, you have to, like, go back
Yeah.
and go with them.
Yeah.
So it's, like, you had to slow yourself down. But, I
Yeah.
mean, as a team, I guess you should do that. But I think,
Yeah.
So,
So when are we gonna eat the olives? I've been hearing stuff about that.
Yeah, so we're actually not doing the olives anymore. We're doing a new part of our podcast called I Want the Smoke. And this is basically you guys have, well, we all have 90 seconds to just
argue.
argue it out, literally. And you just try to get your point across, but, like, we're not trying to interrupt anyone, but you're also trying to get your point across.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
We're gonna argue. If you saw last week, people were going past the time limit, getting really heated about one topic.
It was a 4v1 last week, too. I always take all the smoke, I swear. I was, like, sitting there, but I would try and hold my own, so.
The first question is, would you rather go without your phone or significant other for a week?
My phone, without a doubt.
Agreed.
I don't
Really?
need my phone. I
Yeah.
have like my significant other. I'm fine.
Yeah, I don't need to contact anyone
No,
else.
Yeah.
I would
because-
go without my significant
No, my
other.
No.
focus should be on him.
Yeah,
Oh my
fine.
gosh.
I would go without my phone because I like really love my boyfriend.
Until-
Hey,
And I like literally I go to the beach with him, like we do everything together, so I like wouldn't get tired of him. So
yeah, like you don't need to be on your phone, Juju.
Yeah,
but
I
it's an
agree,
emergency,
I agree.
And then I need my phone.
You can reach your boy, like you could use your boyfriend's phone. You can call your mom.
Okay,
you can call
I can
your
also,
dad.
so I can also call my boyfriend.
Okay.
Yeah, but
you
you
can
also
text
text
him.
I can also FaceTime
Why do you want to be with someone all the time,
Exactly,
though?
I need
Don't you
my
want your
own
own
time.
time?
I need my alone
fun
time.
things together that you both like to do.
Until you're
Oh my
bored.
God.
I
forget,
won't
like,
like
you will forget about all the problems because you'll be with the person you love.
Yeah,
know,
like,
like-
this.
You don't need your phone because who are you calling? You can reach your mom and your dad. You know those numbers by heart. You can use his phone. You don't need to reach your boyfriend because you're
No,
with
I
him.
need my phone.
You were just saying that you don't like to be out late and like
need
be
to-
all out and about, and now you want to be
but
with
I don't
them.
like. You don't need to be around a huge group of people. Like I could just be me and him, and I can have my break still. I can still get down.
Maybe
with
I
him.
need to get to the other room for a minute. Or, like, I need to do this real quick and
Yeah,
then
like
we'll go.
you can manage your time with him. You're on your phone. You're just sitting there like this, like
That's so
scrolling through
boring.
TikTok.
So
Hours.
boring.
It's
Oh, well.
hours later. Have you said anything? Have you talked to anyone? Like I need some human interaction. Here. Like what are we doing? It's like come on, but definitely without a phone because
agree.
Yeah,
I need my
same.
phone. That's time. Is it okay to ghost someone with no explanation if you just aren't interested in them?
I don't think so.
I don't
did it one
either.
time and I regret it so much. Like, it's still in my mind. I'm like, I hate that I did that.
Yeah, I feel like they would hold a grudge. Like, and imagine if they did it to you.
Yeah, exactly.
What
How
do
would
you
you
like
feel?
it?
How
would
what
you
do you
feel?
owe them though? Like,
That's selfish.
Well, like,
you don't owe them.
Explanation onto why
it
you're
depends.
not
Like, if it was
interested.
such a serious thing, and then you're just like ghost, or like you're gone, like never speaking to
It
them.
depends how long the relationship
Stop
is.
talking to someone like that. You're just like texting them or communicating in any way, and you're just like, oh, I'm not texting you anymore. I found someone else.
It's either over. You gotta move on. You gotta get past
Tell
that.
them that you're moving on.
Exactly.
Yes, you have
No, you don't need closure to end anything.
Yes,
you don't
I
need
do.
closure.
I do.
You don't. You may be you, but
So,
for
no, but
every
you're
other
thinking, what did I
person
do wrong?
you don't
You
need closure.
closure.
No, you
How are you
don't.
gonna end it like that? You're just
Yeah.
like, all right, bye.
Imagine if someone ghosted you.
Because when you end with closure, there's always going to be something be like, oh, you said this a while back, and then they're going to come back.
Okay,
When
well,
you-
that's the
if
reason.
you
Whatever
end,
your better way.
no, if you end it with nothing,
If you ghost me, I'm still texting you like,
I
hey,
would-
everything okay? Da, da, da. Like
you
you're
block
still gonna
them. You block
communicate.
them.
Oh my God.
Without
Explanation?
person.
Do you still follow them on Instagram?
You just gotta be done and be like, that's in the past, is the
So then
future.
you have to unfollow them on
I mean,
everything.
I feel like if
Then
it's
they're
like
gonna
very
hate you
toxic,
until-
then it's okay.
Yeah, if it's toxic, like if it was like a real love, then maybe. But I'm sticking with no.
No. Yes,
You don't need a closure at all.
Okay, someone's gonna ghost you one day. No
And you're
explanation.
like-
I already got you. It just happened. It just happened.
You're gonna be sitting
It just
there.
happened. So that's what I
That's
feel.
the time, guys. So, but I totally
Bro, Mary
disagree.
just had an experience.
I disagree with it 100% because I'm not ghosting someone because I don't want to be ghosted like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
That's
100%
agree.
agree. Well, if you end with closure, like then
there's something
Then
there
I'm
that
at
makes,
peace.
okay,
I'm at
it makes
peace.
you feel
There's
good
no
because you're like,
peace.
okay, like
no,
we're on
because
good
it's like
terms.
something unfinished.
If you're ghosting someone, you're on bad terms. You're ending on bad terms.
Ghosting
There's
is
no way.
unfinished.
Why would you want to end on good terms with someone like that?
Oh my
Why would
God.
you? No, why would you want to end?
If you see this person in public, like, are you just gonna be like, are you
Nothing.
gonna act like you don't know them?
That's your past.
Oh my God. Oh, that's crazy.
That's your past.
No.
Would you rather be the greatest person but on a losing team or an average person on a really good team?
I'm taking greatest person because at the next level, like college recruiting now, they're looking at
The
you.
best player,
Yes,
yeah.
they're not looking at if your team's winning. Like, I hate to say it, I'm a competitor. I want to win in everything, but I'm trying to make myself better. So
You
if
always
there's
wanna
just
stand
teams
out.
competing around us, I'm trying to be that best person, and I'm trying to help my team pick it up so we can start a winning train because we're gonna win at some point if you have a good player. I mean, if you're
That's
average
true.
on a winning
Just pass
team,
it to me all the
you're
time.
just blending in. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to blend in.
I agree because like if you're on a losing team, like you get like the most points and like you're the best, so you you outstand everyone. Like
Yeah.
See, I disagree on that because, for an example, Seton LaSalle, you can go to Seton LaSalle 2A school. You can be the best player there. You can drop 30 points a game, and then you go D1 and not play D1. Like, it just doesn't add up. You go to a 2A school, and you get a D1 offer, but you're only getting that D1 offer just because you're the superstar on that like team. And like, yeah, you're losing, but like, you can be on an average team, still get looked at. Like you guys are on Jamal's top team. You guys are all really good. And, like, you guys are a winning team, and you all are probably going to end up going D1, D2. Like,
Yeah.
Seton LaSalle, like, you go there and...
I don't agree. I can't agree
I
with
actually
that.
agree. I can agree with that. Like, because, like, honestly, like, the lower, like, divisions, like, there might not be as much competition. Like, there has been times where, like, people switch schools just to
play.
shine others
Yeah.
on
I feel
that
like
team.
that's true, but also, like, if you're playing AAU, that's when, like, the real you comes out. So if you're a great player on a high school team and you're good on your AAU team, like, you're really a good player. Because really those, like you said, all those AAU teams are all Division I, Division II players. It's all high, next level energy, like, next level competition. So if you're great on that high school team, you're coming in and you're going to be good on that AAU team no matter what.
Would you rather be the best player on a losing team or the average player on a really, really good team?
I think I'd rather be an average player. on
No,
the
I'm
better
taking
team.
best player.
Because, like, if you're an average player and, like, the girls are better than you, then you're being pushed to be one of the better players.
But, like, it's about getting the looks. So I'm a competitor, so I hate to lose. I'm always trying to win. But if you're a great player, you're building the girls up around you. You're gonna eventually win at some point. Like, you're gonna have to build those girls up, or you're not gonna win. But you're always gonna be that star.
I disagree
There's
on
always
that.
someone pushing
I
you
totally
at
disagree.
some point. I feel like there has to be.
I disagree because, like, again, like, Seton LaSalle is an example of a 2A school. We all go to, like, the 5A, 6A schools, and we have way better competition. All of our teams are, like, good, but you go to a Seton LaSalle school, and you are the superstar on the team, and you get all these looks, and, like, you score 30 points, and, like, you're the hero of the team, and da-da-da. And then you go D1, and maybe you won't even get, like, minutes on your varsity or sophomore year, and it's just, like...
I agree, that's all good, but I feel like that's when people show they're a real athlete, because if you're scoring 30 points at Seton LaSalle, but you're coming on, you're playing for Slam, you're playing for these top programs, the Bruins, you're playing for anything, like, and you're not scoring 30 points, like, that's showing if you're a great player, you're scoring 30 points on an AAU team, and you're scoring 30 points on a high school team, like, it's not, something's not adding up if you're scoring 30 points there and 30 points
exactly,
here. Like, but you're still a good player. It's just whether
It's all about exposure too. Like,
Yes.
if the team sucks and you're the best player, everyone's going there to look at you.
Yeah.
And not
Like,
looking at someone else who sucks.
and that you being that good, bringing that energy, bringing that level of competition, it's pushing the other girls.
Like, the way I see, like, the best player on the worst team, though, it's, like...
Okay, that's time. Do you guys think that the third string and or the JV team should be able to, like, celebrate the same way? Like, they're the first people to touch the trophy and everything after a win, like a big win, a championship
not.
win.
No.
Like, they were not the people on the floor to do that. I mean, it's nice
Wait,
to
weren't
celebrate
they
them.
were there at like
That's what I'm
5? Like
saying.
they were there in the mornings, the early practices too.
Okay, but, like, they
Okay.
chose to do that. They have to work to get to that
Literally.
point. To
I
be
They
guess
are
that's
putting
how
in the
we
same
were.
amount of
No,
work
but they're
you
the reason
are.
that
Just because
we won. I mean, we're the reason that we won in the first
Literally,
place. They were
they
just on
did
the
that.
and
bench.
they were cheering you on.
accountability.
They were helping
It's
with
all
you.
about skill, though.
I don't need
We
someone
have
to cheer me
skill.
on. I don't need someone to hype me up like
Like, they
that.
can't take
I'm hyping
accountability for
myself
that
up.
Okay, just with
Even-
silence, you can play the same
we're
exact way.
right
The bench brings the energy to hype you up and
we
bring
bring
your
the skill.
momentum.
We bring
Floor
the skill.
brings the energy. I'm on the floor. I'm getting the steal. I'm bringing the energy.
So after you make a shot, and the bench is hype, you don't feel more
when you
Obviously, but I'm the one scoring the point. We're the
when you
ones
have a
winning,
team,
so
you
we
have
get
a
to touch
I
the
have a
trophy
team with
first.
like 8
equally,
people
then
right now. I don't
shut
have a bench, so I'm creating energy off my own self. So
Exactly.
I'm touching.
Right.
I'm getting that trophy first.
And
I'm
They're
crowd-
putting in the same
the
amount of
crowd's
work. They might not be as
the
good as you,
crowd's
but they're
there for
putting in
energy.
the same amount of work as you
But they're
are.
not
For
doing
them,
what
but, like,
I'm
they
doing
didn't
on
do
the
anything
floor.
Yeah, they're
to
riding
get
the
that
bench.
win.
I'm on the floor. I'm running. I'm putting my body
I feel like
through the ringer. I'm putting it through the
Exactly.
ringer to be on
And
the
they're
floor to
sitting
win a
down.
championship. And they're like, yay!
I
they're
get
doing
it. No, you can't. I
Oh
think you
my
should know
God.
if you're like on the bench for a long time that you should be the last person to touch the trophy and be aware. Like,
Yeah,
oh
like,
yeah,
you
there's
should
a bunch
have
of
that
these
self-awareness.
players who were like putting their blood, sweat, and tears into this game. They
Because
deserve to have the first like
That's
and
just
first touch of the
selfish. If
trophy.
you're
And,
like,
like,
oh,
if
I'm on the bench, but I'm going to grab the trophy. I'm
Yes.
going to hug the coach. Like, what
What
did
are
you
and
do?
other
Yeah,
people?
like,
I think,
Let me
what the
enjoy
heck?
this time. Let me enjoy the time. Because what is going on right now? Like, we're at a Whitfield championship, and y'all are sitting here going to run and hug the coach. Like, I'm here putting the work in, and I'm
People can be happy. Like, why can't they be happy? You're like preying on people's thoughts to be happy that they won and put all this effort in.
okay. I'm saying, yeah, be happy and celebrate, but let
Don't
me
be the
live my
first person.
glory.
So you're just
Yeah,
being
don't
selfish. So
don't
you're just
take
being
the
selfish. You just want to touch a trophy all by yourself.
Don't take the light off the good 8 people. Like,
Yeah.
have your time later. I mean, let me get a picture.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
Come on.
All right, so that wraps up the segment of I Want the Smoke.
Yeah, so it's really fun arguing with you guys today, seeing some different points of view, but, you know, I feel like my argument always wins.
I know my rival at South Fayette is Chartiers Valley because they're right in our backyard. Do you guys have a specific rival?
I feel like because like we moved down to like 5A, it's kind of hard to say because I feel like last year ours would be Upper St. Clair.
Yeah,
So like
for sure.
I don't for this year like what do you guys think?
DJ.
I think it's because like everyone's like hyping TG up, saying like, oh, they have Maggie and Kaylee, so it's like,
Yeah.
and like we're better this year, so it's gonna be like big competition for us. So I think they're like our rivals.
Yeah. And like Jamal told us that I think Katie K is coming to that game because
Yeah, that's
what is it? Yeah, it was like this like really big game, so
Yeah.
it's definitely a lot of pressure against them, but I'm excited for it.
And us.
Yeah.
I think it will be
We'll
a
hold
good
it down.
game.
I think it'll
we
be a
got
very
this
good
in the
game.
bag.
My rival last year at Oakland was definitely McKeesport. That was always like
Really?
the best environment.
Yeah,
games.
McKeesport
Like,
crushed
when
us.
you go to McKeesport, like I remember London and Lay were telling me like you need to be on your A game tonight. Like these McKeesport fans are like crazy. Like the game's packed, you can't move in there, and like we get there and it's a crazy atmosphere. Like everyone is there, and like
yeah.
Oakland, you don't come from one school, so it's like you have people from all different school districts coming in. So I think that was really good. But obviously being back at Pine this year, I think a rivalry across all sports for us is definitely NA, North Allegheny.
Oh my god.
They
yeah.
always like Pine always is like the Wexford, like the X emoji for like the Wexford when they write it because like we're both technically Wexford, but like they consider themselves to be like the Wexford of our area. Like they're like no,
Yeah.
Pine's more like Gibb, and they consider themselves Wexford. But I would say that's definitely our rival. Yeah.
Chartiers Valley, they've just always been like that because it's like the Battle of Bridgeville.
Yeah.
That's what we always call it. And we also call them the CV Weenies. And for a lot of sports, they really like weren't that good, so we were able to kind of have that winner of Bridgeville.
Yeah.
So I just think it's really funny,
Yeah.
just going to all these games and just come watch the Battle of Bridgeville for every sport.
Yeah, because the rivalry atmosphere is like honestly crazy because especially
brings
for,
such a
like,
big crowd.
girls game, like usually if it's not a rivalry game or a big game, like you don't. It's not that you don't get a bunch of fans, but
you
when
get-
it's that
yeah.
rival game, you get a lot of the boys players come, a lot of different sports
Yeah.
teams come, like everyone in the community literally comes, everyone from the other community comes because it's such a big rivalry. But like speaking on teams or even players, like who is your guys' like hardest team? Like it doesn't have to be your rivalry, but like your hardest team that you play against, they always give you the most competition, and then like who's the hardest player that you play against in the Whitfield? Like who gives you that like you don't want to play against them, whether it's like you just hate playing against them because you just don't like the way they play, or because they're just so hard to play against because they're a good player.
It's gonna be Peters Township. They got Natalie Wetzel, the big green giant. You could not stop her. Like
And like I
she
like
just dunks on you.
yeah, and like for Baldwin, like it's pretty known like we're a very short team.
Yeah.
So like and like a lot of like especially like
Probably
TJ
has a
like
field day with you guys.
It's like she like was yelling when she's like, "Get these ants off of me." Whatever. She said that mid game. She's like, "Get them off me." I'm like, okay.
but like it's nice because like we're able to like slip our way around
true,
too.
yeah.
And like I don't
But she pulled it. She pulled a half court shot.
Yeah, she can like.
She,
Yeah.
she literally pulled up from half court and made it in one of the
Yeah.
games last year.
That's
she's good.
crazy.
Yeah, that was against Bethel.
No, that was against us
Yeah,
at their
she,
court.
she like shot.
She like pulled up and we're like,
Yeah, she's
she could do
definitely-
everything.
Yeah, she's like very like a well-rounded player,
Yeah,
and
she's
like
very
her
versatile.
height gives her like the ability to just like do whatever she wants.
Yeah.
So
Our
She can
hardest-
body people.
Yeah, literally. And she's like a combo guard. Like she's a guard.
Yeah,
Kinda, like,
exactly.
She'll come out and take you to the guard spot if you're a bigger
Yeah.
post, but if
And
you're
she's
a
quick.
guard, like she'll take
She's
you.
quick
into the
with
post.
it.
yeah.
Bro, I'm actually so thirsty after talking so much.
Yeah, let's just take a sip of our big sponsor, Gatorade.
Isn't that good?
Yeah, this is really good. I feel like it hydrates
I love
me.
my flavor. Do you like your flavor?
Yeah, orange is my favorite flavor.
Yeah. Red and blue is my favorite.
So since we all have siblings here, what would you say is like a lot of drama that you guys have with your siblings?
So as you guys know, me and Lindsay are siblings. I have 2 other ones. Our biggest fight is probably clothes and skincare,
yes.
like accessories, because if I use something of hers, it's always like, well, if you don't let me use this, then I'm not letting you use this. So
No,
That's
I have
her.
a prime example of that because when me and my sister were younger, you know those little EOS lip balms?
Yeah.
So we were obsessed with those, and every night we would go into each other's rooms and just go back and forth stealing each other's. And she's like, "Oh my god, you took it again!" Like every other night, we'd just be stealing each other's lip balms, and it got to a point where my mom was like, "You guys need to stop, or else I'm throwing them away." Because it was just such a big deal, and we made such a big deal
Those
over
are
like the
so
little
big.
things. But
Yeah.
now we share everything.
Literally, mine is clothes with my sister McKenna.
Yeah.
I swear, like she'll come. I can't fit into her clothes. I don't know why she thinks she can fit into my clothes because I'm like, my clothes are big on me usually. But I'm like, she'll wear something. She'll come in my room in the morning and take it from me, and I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like,
Yeah.
you don't ask first off. And then I'm like, okay, she washes it, and it ends up in her closet. Like, I'm like, why is my hoodie in your closet? Like, she tried to take a pink Lulu Scuba from me the other day.
Oh my
I was
god.
like, you're not taking that. I was like, I actually bought that one, and I was like, it's mine. Second, you didn't even ask to wear it, so you're not wearing it anymore. Like,
exactly, if you ask, if you come in my room and be like, hey, like, can I borrow this? Yeah, maybe, but if you're just gonna come in my room and take it, no, you're
Every
not.
time she asks, I always say yes. Like, I just feel better about it, because then I know
Yeah.
where it's at. Like, if she just comes in and takes it, I don't know where it's ending up. I'm like, maybe my mom took it.
No,
and
I
I'm
just
like,
start hiding stuff in my room.
literally,
Yeah.
if
I love my
She's like,
Where
where is it?
is
She walks to my room. Where is it?
if I don't want her to find something, like, I'll put it in my drawer.
Yeah.
Because she always goes through my closet.
I like have all these nice perfumes and like my sisters will come in and so like when I leave
Yep.
I'll like hide them under my pillows and like suddenly like fall asleep.
No, Lacey
that's
knows where
really
you hide
me.
them now.
Yeah, she's gonna find
I just
him.
gotta change my hiding spot, I guess.
Yeah, I
my
have a
sister-
lock for my door.
Yeah, she
I
locks the
locked
door.
my door. I
You
locked
have,
my
like,
door.
a key for it?
Yeah, I have my unlocked my door.
Yeah, she
Every
like come to
morning.
basketball and be like, "This is my bed key because."
That's crazy.
Yeah, my
Like,
little
my
sister.
sister's
Some little
she'll,
rat
like,
won't
find
stop
the
going
key.
in there.
So my little sister will like find the key under her door and like go in it and like use all her stuff.
And I'll be like, I know you were in my room because I see like a hair in my brush. Like, and she's like, oh yeah, I was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like even though like I don't have a sister, I feel like even with my brother sometimes like I love like hoodies.
Yeah.
So I'll like go in his closet and take them, but like I just don't fight with my brother.
No, I do the same thing. Like I
Like,
take
yeah.
their bigger hoodies, but
Yeah.
my main thing is food. Like if they like bring home
Yeah.
leftovers, and
Yes,
I, like they're
it's
like,
war.
they like
Literally war.
They like leave and I'm like I eat it. They're like like they text in the group chat like who ate my food? I'm like, me.
Sometimes
That only happens to me when I actually want something. Like,
Yep.
leftovers will be in the fridge for like, I don't even know how long. It'll be like 2 days. And like, I swear the other day I came home, I went to like this Mexican place and I came home and I was like, Mom, I'm starving. Like, and she was like, well, what are you going to eat? I was like, my food from last night. She was like, no, you're not. Your dad ate it. I'm like, are we kidding? Like,
Oh
Like-
I swear, my family writes their name on stuff. They're like, Mia's do not eat. And
That's
I'm like,
what I
okay,
do.
this is what we have to do. This is the society. that
No,
we're
I
living
know
in
my
right now.
brother's gonna get to all of my leftovers because he's literally a vacuum. He never stops eating. Like we'll have like what is it? Chinese food, Japanese food. I don't know, like hibachi. That's what it
Yeah.
is. And he eats all of that all the time. Like leave some for me. And no, it's so annoying.
Do you guys get nervous before a big game or even like when the clock's winding down and it's like the last couple seconds of a game? Like, do your nerves kind of get anxious or anything?
I think I don't really get nervous until I'm just about to step on the court for warm-ups, but I'm always super excited, especially if it's a really good team because I know it'll bring a good crowd and I love attention on the court.
Yeah.
So if there's a big crowd, obviously I'm going to be excited. I don't really think about making mistakes and their reactions. But I'd say I definitely do get a little bit nervous before the game, especially whenever it's a close game like Whippeals. It was pretty close the last couple minutes until we started to break away. But that's when your adrenaline kicks in. But I do get some, like, a little bit of nerves, shaky, but I think that's all part of, it's good to have nerves before a game night.
Yeah, I think when it's close, like a close game, whenever like there's so many people there and like you're going back and forth, I get nervous. But like then whenever we start getting our rhythm back, it like calms down, whatever.
Yeah, like I feel like 3 minutes left, we're down by like 10. I feel like that's when like I'm like mentally there, like, and like I'm like, my thing of as a basketball player, it's like basketball, like shooting. That's like my thing that I'm good at. So I feel like down by 3, 5 seconds left, like I need the ball in my hands to like knock down that 3. Like that's, and like I know like so many times in the game I've done that, and I just feel like so like natural at it now.
Yeah, I don't feel like I get nervous. I might seem nervous or come across nervous, but I feel like I'm always like so locked in. Like I love to play in the big high energy games. Like I don't ever get nervous for that. Where some people, like if they look down the sidelines and they see coaches or they see a bunch of like people, they fold under pressure. Where I'm one, like I feed off of pressure. Like I feed off of energy. So the more people that are there, the more people that are talking shit, like I'm there. I'm with you. Like I'm trying to perform my best to prove everyone else wrong. That's like where I feel most comfortable. Like the boring games, I'm like, I don't even want to play in those. Like come on. Like we're beating you by 20 or 30. Like I'm like, all right, but those games where it's like, all right, last couple seconds, whose hands, like that's another thing. Like last couple seconds, clock's winding down. Who on your team, who are you giving the ball to?
Yeah.
You're down by 2. You need 2 points to win the game. You can shoot a 3 if you that's where you're strongest in, but who are you guys giving the ball to on your team?
I mean, like Lacey said herself, like she's there to knock down the 3, and like I can like stand by what she said. She is good under pressure. And, like, I think Mary as well.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
She's quick. Like, she knows, like, what she wants to do, what she thinks will be the best to secure, like, the win or, like, tie the game.
Yeah.
I think I should have the ball because I think I can get to the hoop the best.
Until they force you, right? Like,
Yeah. What do you say to that, Linz?
I say I honestly gotten way better at my right, so I think I can make a move and go back and score with the left. Like, I can do it because I'm aggressive enough for it.
Yeah, I agree with Linz. Like, I don't want the ball in anyone's hands unless, like, we know 100% we're getting that. It's wide open. Like, I'm a competitor, so if the game's on the line, I'm taking it into my hands, especially now with being on Pine. Like, last year was different. We had so many sets to draw everything up. It was like, we had a starting 5. You could trust anyone on that team as long as we're getting a bucket. But now I'm like, all right, the ball, I need the ball in my hands. I feel like I have a high enough IQ where, all right, I need a shooter in the corner maybe, so they hug that girl, and I'm going out, I'm getting to the rim. I'm getting fouled. If I don't make it, I'm going and give the free throws. And if not, I'm finishing the layup, and we're about to win this game or going to overtime. Like, I just have that personality where I'm like, I don't want to start it. If I don't start a game, I don't care. But, like, finishing the game is what really matters, especially in those last couple seconds. Like, I'm trying to have the ball. Like, I want it to kind of be on me. Like, I want everyone to believe in me and trust in me, which I think is a big team culture thing. Like, believing, like you said, you're putting your trust in Lindsay and Mary. Like, or Lacey and Mary, like, you want those people to believe in you. Like, you want someone to be like, oh, I'm giving the ball to me after the game.
No, because knowing that other people are confident in you just makes you 100 times more confident that you can make that last shot, because there's many times where I had to take the last shot for AAU and and high school, and it's just such a confidence booster, and I just love that. It's what you like. I think everybody loves to take the last shot, and
then the feeling after. The feeling after you make
Like,
it, and like
everybody's
everyone comes up to you and you go,
You get all
yeah.
the attention and like you just
and everyone just rushes to you. It's like such a surreal feeling.
But it's not like you don't want the attention. It's just like the adrenaline. Like, you don't care if people come up to you. It's just like it makes you feel good. Yeah, like
but
when you're
you
like,
always
okay.
you have that thought in the back of your mind, like, what if I actually do make this? Because sometimes it's like an impossible shot to make. Like, you're down 4. What if you make a 3 and get fouled and then make a shot?
Like, you need the 3 and you got to go get a steal. Are you putting your trust in me to make a 3 and then go get up and we're pressing, we're getting a steal and getting a layup? Like, that's the kind of trust that goes into it.
Yeah, I agree. And like what you said about like team culture, I feel like our group especially, like, I feel like we're all like very confident in each other.
Yeah.
And if like one person's like, I want this to happen, we're like, okay, like we're gonna make it happen for you. Like,
the thing about us is we played, well, most of us here, we played with each other all growing up. So we know each other's games. We know, like, who to trust and who not to trust. And it just builds into our culture.
Yeah, like, who who works well in certain situations or who responds to what in what type of way. Like, some people might not respond to me reaming them out on the court. I might have to, like, pull them aside and be like, okay, this is what I need you to do, and I need you to do it for me. You don't have to do it for anyone else here, but you need to do this for me and for your team.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
Now it's time for Juju's advice of the day. Something that I want to talk about is people's opinions ruining friendships, especially because of the elections. There's a lot of differing opinions. I know me and my best friend, we don't always have the same opinions, but we're still best friends at the end of the day. And I love her, even though we argue literally 24/7. I think that's what makes us closer. But I don't think because we have different opinions that we should not be friends because of that, because I hear a lot of other friendships being broken up because of different opinions, especially during election years. That's when opinions are really shown and people's true colors are really shown. But I don't think that one specific opinion should ruin your friendship. And that's Juju's advice of the day.
Now it's time for Mia's rant of the day. My rant for today is how people always beg me to come outside and always go to all these parties, and like they keep like, oh, you should come to this party, but I'm really a person like after football games, I'm not leaving the stadium till like 11:30, so I'm not trying to go be outside all night, and I just think for me it's better to just stay inside. So you can ask me once or twice, but like it's just when multiple people text me, hey, are you going, please come. Like, I'm okay with a couple asks, but don't keep begging me to come, because another rant, like, why are you begging me to do something? I don't want to beg. You should not have to beg to do anything. Don't beg. Just ask once or twice and have it. That's the answer. If it's a no, it's a no. That's Mia's rant for today. Thanks for watching another episode of It's Our Time Podcast. We just want to give a big thanks to Baldwin Girls Basketball for coming out today.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us.
Thank
It was
you.
really fun today.
Thank you for having us. But when we see you in the season, you better watch out because you're going to get cooked.
Yeah.
And don't be using your knee as an excuse.
Whatever. I'm not even playing this year, so we'll see you next year, I guess. But yeah, thanks for coming. And we want to give a big thanks to our sponsors, Gatorade, Coughlin's Law, Kitchen and Brew Pub, and PPG Paints Arena.
And make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel where we post our episodes every Monday, and also go follow us on all our other social media platforms like Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and yeah.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
The woman of the world.